Hi, my name's Daryl Braham and I'm with Heritage Homes and Prudential in Fargo, Moorhead, North Dakota. And I was introduced to Kolbe back 10, 12, 13 years ago with the Strategic Coach program for entrepreneurs. And I took my Kolbe, and I'm a 7473 by the way, and it took me several years to realize what it meant, how it worked, how it applied. And during that time, I realized that I was going through some significant struggles with our company. The biggest struggle of which was as we had a growing organization. We were up to 15, 16 odd employees, and we had read a great book called The Great Game of Business, which is the whole concept of turning business into a game. And we started having weekly huddles. And in these weekly huddles, we pulled our team together, and my perception of how these huddles were supposed to be was everybody would get together, we'd hammer out what it is that we're going to do for the week, and we'd go break, and we'd basically, take off and do our work for the week, and then come back the next week, have a huddle, and like a sports analogy, like a football game, bang in our huddles. It ended up, it was me banging my head and all them banging their head, and we had some huge struggles. And you watch this, I think you'll see what I'm talking about.
Did you guys get that? What?
Okay, so you got that right? Everybody's good? Break, and I'll see you here next week. Awesome! So the struggle that we had when we were trying to get everybody to understand how they needed to work together and build our team, a growing organization, is, I really thought that it was up to me as the leader to really be driving home what we've got to do, and instead what happened was I got more and more frustrated, and they got more and more frustrated, and they're introduced as Kolbe. The difficulty that I have is that I talk fast, as you can tell, and I would go and go, high energy, high pace, let's go, let's push this, we can do it, and I didn't realize until I went through all the detail with Kolbe that most of the people, as a matter of fact, about 85% of our company were specifying fact finders and either moderating or stabilizing quick starts, which here I am going like this, that I want to get things going, and they're all going, wait a second, let's get more information and figure out what we got to do, and we'll get back to you. And it clarified for me that my expectations were wrong, because what I expected out of the team is not how they were wired. It wasn't their natural MO. So I was making them very uncomfortable. At the same token, I was getting more and more frustrated, pulling my hair out, because the more I had expectations of them, the more they were looking at me as the leader that didn't quite understand what was going on. And it really became a breakthrough moment for us when I understood the team synergies, understood how to use the MO to our advantage, and then started being able to communicate in a way that actually would work not only for me, but for them to get the results that we needed to work together as a team. And really what happened was me as the leader who thought I was acting on a level 4 or 5 playing field was actually on a level 1 playing field. And so was the team also on level 1, and how this actually ties itself together is from 3 stages, of course, the affective, the conative, and the cognitive. So from an affective standpoint, it was identifying the inability of the team to work together and having them get focused on the values of our company, and together, including me, improving our attitude and becoming more convicted to the results of each other, and thus the team, by creating and developing a passion for our results and a compassion towards one another in ways prior to Kolbe that not only did we not know about, but we just weren't doing them. From a conative standpoint, we actually all now act on our instincts, because we've worked with everybody in the team to understand that Kolbe is their natural MO. When your gut tells you to do something, do it. Go with your instincts. And I talk about this all the time, especially when I teach on Kolbe, is how many times have you done something where later you go, oh, I knew I shouldn't have done that, or I knew I should have done that. That's your natural instinct coming back to haunt you, because you use some knowledge or some training or some belief system to go against what your natural MO is in order to make a decision that you now are coming back to realize it was wrong. So from the conative standpoint, we act on our instincts, and combined as a team, we're not afraid if we don't succeed. We try anyway. This has led the entire team to be much more committed to our results, and they truly have a direct connection now to the purpose, the why of all of our actions in the bigger picture of our company and where our company is going. We continue to work on, change and modify our mission statement. I think that's something that is always difficult to get to, but from our standpoint, everybody understands why we're doing what we're doing now. From a cognitive standpoint, it all started with knowledge, and we used Kolbe as the foundation to figure out what that knowledge was. Why people are not all wired the same, and the fact that not only is that okay, but that we use their natural MO to get everyone to have greater accomplishments together. We study the results and outcomes at every level. We constantly learn from the data that we gather together in order to better understand what it means and evaluate that data so that we can actually define together our next move. This has literally encouraged our people to be vocal and to trust their feelings, to speak up, to persuade others, and to do or try something based on those evaluations so that we're constantly trying and arriving at outcomes that our staff and leadership are envisioning themselves in, instead of us sitting back and waiting, trying to figure out what to do.
My new data is saying that actually it's only taking us 35 days pre-construction before we can start building.
With the new arrangement we have with the bank, we're going to have turnaround time in less than 2 weeks.
You guys, that's awesome news. I can tell my clients they can be in by the end of the year. They'll be so excited.
Great, let's go build some homes.
Okay, so that's a bit about how this has impacted our company inside the company. But outside the company, things that we've been involved in has been things like Extreme Makeover. We did 3 builds for ABC's Extreme Makeover Home Edition. One in Minot, North Dakota, one down in New Orleans, and one in Moorhead, Minnesota. So we're a 3-peat builder. As a matter of fact, set the record for the farthest any builder had ever gone for the show, for ABC show. We also are involved with the Sunshine Kids, which is a charitable foundation, national charitable foundation. We're a top 12 fundraiser for them. We've raised over $100,000 so far for the organization, and our goal is to continue to do that to help local kids. We've also been involved with our local Chamber of Commerce. We've won, dozens of awards from our local Chamber of Commerce for both Heritage Homes and Prudential. But I think the big part of that is that we were awarded in 2012 the National U.S. Chamber of Commerce. My business partner and I went to Washington, D.C., and we were awarded the Small Business of the Year award by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. So we won it locally. We were a finalist in 2011 for our region, first time ever in our region, and then we actually won it for the whole country, representing 27 million small businesses in 2012. And on top of that, we've done various things within our community. We've done other access builds. We've done builds for our churches. We've been named Builder of the Year. Myself personally, I was named Realtor of the Year in 2 states in the same year, a first time in the 100-year history of the National Association of Realtors, and it really, this is a part of what we do with Kolbe and a part of what we do in understanding how, for not only myself, but for everybody within our organization and all the work that we do, to love what you do. Was Kolbe a big part of that? Of course it was. Do I believe in this? Absolutely. Do I believe that Kolbe could actually help you and your organization make a big impact on what you do? Absolutely, but not just for the leadership. I believe what Kolbe does is you help the people that work for you understand why it's okay for them to do what they love and do what they believe in. And Kolbe almost acts like a permission tool for people to, without thinking about how smart they are with their IQ, and without thinking about how they feel, it's simply, listen, like if this is how you do things, go and do more of it. And it's amazing the results you can get. So it's an honor and a privilege for me to be in this position to apply for this Dynamynd Award. Our company is very grateful. I feel very blessed for the fact that I've been a member of the Strategic Coach, and it's directed me to Kolbe, and I'm very grateful that Kolbe has actually allowed us to have the opportunities to impact people's lives. Because my personal UA statement is to positively and enthusiastically impact people's lives with the belief that the future will always be better than the past. And Kolbe is one of the best tools that I've found in the last decade plus of running our businesses to help me do that. So thank you for this.